Hey everyone, welcome to another video on my channel, and today in this video I am going to tell you how I was able to come out of a drawdown. So you might all be knowing, in case if you are following me on Twitter or if you are following me on YouTube, that I was going through a drawdown for the previous 4 months. In the month of July, August and September, I was in a drawdown. So even October didn't go that great. So the entire performance for these 4 months was negative 0.5%. So you can just imagine, as an option trader, 4 months have passed, that is more than a quarter, and the performance is negative 0.5%. So even though I was up by almost around 10% for the entire financial year, so this 4 months was not that great at all. So it was negative 0.5%. So whatever trade you take, it is going into loss. You're getting scared. You're cutting the trade. You have very low confidence. So this is going to have a much wider impact than you can imagine. So if 1 or 2 months of trades don't go well or don't go in your favor, so the third month, you will be very low on confidence. So you will be scared to take a new entry. Or even if you take a new entry, so you always have that fear, okay, will I come to profit? Will I be able to recover? So there is some sense of hope. There is some sense of fear. And you won't be able to take good trading decisions. And this is more or less what happened with me after 2.5 months. So even though I was not going to a big loss, so the drawdown which I had was almost around 5%. Even though that is well within the acceptable limits, my confidence started to drop. So this was not a great thing at all. Because my confidence was low, for the next 2 months also, I was not able to perform well. So I'll be actually showing you the contrast between the performance of this particular month and the previous month. So you will get to see the variance in the total P&L which I had every single day. So before we move on to that, so let me just show you this period where I had made no money. So this is the trading terminal of First Stock which I am using. I have opened the terminal and let me come to the back office reports. So under reports, I am going to go to P&L report and I'm going to show you the 4-month performance which I was talking about. That is from July 1st all the way till October 31st. So now when I show you the F&O P&L, so when we actually take a look at the overall P&L between this period, you get to see on a gross profit basis, I had made close to around 96,000, but including all the charges and other taxes, so net we had made a 0.5% negative. So for me, the only idea going forward to this particular month was to try to keep things as slow as possible. There was no hurry. I just had to get back my confidence. So once my confidence is back, I can slowly start increasing my positions and push for higher profits. So the only idea was to stay far OTM and try to aim for consistency. So forget about profits. All we wanted is consistent days of green. So if I am making profit day over day, so then I can slowly start to build my confidence. So this was the idea. And what we did was we wanted to take far OTM trades in Bank Nifty and Nifty. So we divided the whole thing into two parts. So one is the positional trades and one more is the expiry trade. We never traded intraday. So we traded Fin Nifty expiry, Bank Nifty expiry and Nifty expiry. And apart from that, we also did some positional trades in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So the idea was stay as far OTM as possible, do as minimal adjustments as possible. In case if the market is trending in one direction, cut one leg and just hold the other leg. So these were some of the small things which we actually did, and slowly and steadily the performance started to improve. And while the performance started to improve, this also started to bring back my confidence. So now I'll show you my November month's performance. So you can see in the 4 months on an average I have paid charges close to around 30,000 rupees. So 4 months I have paid 1.2 lakh charges, which is close to around 30,000 rupees. Now if we take a look at it from 1st of November till 30th of November, so what you get to see is the total charge paid by me is just 10,000 rupees. So we'll come to the performance later, but the total charges is just 10,000 rupees compared to earlier months where I have paid closer to around 25,000 rupees in charges. This clearly shows that I had reduced my trading more than half this particular month. So only expiry days and far OTM in Nifty and Bank Nifty for positional. Even on expiry days, we try to keep things as simple as possible. So again, even on expiry, we went as far OTM as possible. Try to collect lesser points, but aim for consistent profits. So one thing you can see, because I did that, the trades were reduced. Then there was consistency in returns. This helped me to earn almost around 3% in gross profit. And after all the charges being deducted, we were able to earn almost around 2.6%. So this is the average performance what I look for, anywhere around 2 to 2.5%. So this is generally what I look for in a month. And after a very long time, so that is almost close to around 5 months, we were finally able to get back to our average. So now comes the important part where I'm going to show you the analysis. So here I have done a detailed analysis of my October month and November month performance. So if you take a look at the October month, so totally there were 20 days, and in the 20 days I made profit for 11 days and lost on 9 days. So overall it was something like 55% profitability. But where it actually made the difference is the average risk and average reward. So if you look at my profitable days right over here, so you can just look at the variance in the profits. We'll just come to the profitable days later. Just look at the variance in the profit. 7,000, then there is a 47,000 profit, there is a 52,000 profit, there is a 700 rupee profit. On the other hand, if you take a look at the loss, there is a 2,000 rupee loss, 50,000 rupee loss, 80,000 rupee loss, and even a 700 rupee loss. So we were having profit or loss making days all the way from maybe negative or positive 500 rupees to all the way around 80,000 rupees. So this was the kind of variance we were having in return. So someday we used to be really happy because we used to have a performance well over 1.5%. On other days, we used to have a loss more than 1%. All this also affected our emotions and confidence directly. So the thing is, the day when you make a profit, you will be very confident for the next day. Day when you make a big loss, so you will start to rethink twice. So am I doing it right or wrong? So this is how the October month performance was, and you can see that our average risk to reward is very bad. So for every 1 point reward, so we were on an average taking 1.6 points of risk, and this is not a great number at all. So that's the reason you see overall that particular month in October we ended with a negative 54,000. This is including charges. So October month performance not so great. But once we come to November month, so you can see that right over here. So when we take a look at the profitable days, so first you can see that there is more consistency. So we have totally 16 profitable days out of 21 days, which happens to be around 76% of profitable days compared to 24% of loss making days. And something more important is that the variance in the profit and loss is very less. So you can see on an average, you can say that I have made closer to around 7 to 10,000 profit on every single day. So 4,000, 6,000, 10,000, 1,000, 20,000. So if you take a look at this, you can say the average profit is almost around 7 to 10,000. And when you take a look at my average loss, so this happens to be somewhere closer to around 15 to 16,000. The variance in my profit is quite low, and you can see my average reward or average profit is around 12,000 rupees, and even the variance in my loss is also quite low. So it's around 18,000, 11,000, 12,000. So if you take an average, the average risk is around 13,000 rupees. So you can see that in this there is more consistency. Forget about the 76% of the profitable days. At least when I'm making a profit or a loss, I know what is the range of profit or loss I am making. So why? Because we were very consistent with the quantity, we were far OTM, we stuck to the plan, we never aimed for higher profits like 50,000, 60,000 in a single day, and this is what helped us achieve this consistent result. Coming to the thing of trading, again now if you ask me, I am slowly getting back my confidence. I am feeling good about trading. Maybe 1 month back I was not feeling the same. It is all about time. So the days when things are going good for you, so you'll be confident about taking the trade, and the day when things are not going as you planned, so then it is going to be difficult to take the trade. So in case if you are going through a phase of drawdown, just take a small break and then try to aim for consistent small profit. So I never had a profit of 40,000 or 50,000 like how I have had in the month of October. So November I never made any profit more than 25-30,000, but I was still able to make a higher overall profit of almost around 1,30,000. So what I'll be doing is I'll be attaching all the three links, that is October performance, November performance, quarterly performance, and yearly performance. So that's 4 links down in the description below. So that's the verified P&L from First Stock. The basic idea what you have to get here from my trading is, so you can use my losses or my experience as your learning. That is, whenever you're trying to go through a drawdown, try to reduce the variance in the trade so you can get back your confidence. And once you have your confidence, slowly you can start to build on the position. So this is a, maybe you can use it as a simple thumb rule to come out of a drawdown. Take a break, reduce trade, try to stay far OTM and reduce your M2M variance, and then slowly start to get back into trading. So this is one thing which has helped me this particular month. Let's see if we can have a similar kind of performance going forward. Now my mindset has slightly changed. So now I'm no longer aiming for 1.5% like how I used to do a couple of months back. Now my only focus is to make sure that I achieve consistent performance rather than trying to achieve bigger profit. This year, financial year, we are up almost around 12.5%, and I will be trying to close this financial year around 18 to 20% if possible, considering that we still have 4 months left with us. So I would be definitely happy to close it above 18% because in this entire 12-month period, we actually had a drawdown for almost around 4 months. So leaving this 4 months, we have actually made money only in the remaining 4 months. So let's see how the next month goes. Again, I'll be doing a quarterly review or quarterly performance review end of next month, and let's see how the performance for December is. Today, the market is going to be volatile because of the election results, which are coming on Sunday, and that is 3rd of December. And you can see that right now the option premiums haven't decayed at all. So morning the call option almost doubled or tripled, whereas put options hardly lost 20%. So it is a good decision to stay out, and Monday onwards we'll start taking a fresh trade. So let me just show you my order book meanwhile. So this is my order book, which is totally empty, and this is my position book, which is totally empty. So in case if you have found this video informative, make sure you hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to YouTube. You can also follow me on other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Telegram. The links are attached in the description below. You can also check out our services by visiting quickalpha.in/services. Thank you so much.